welcome back to another episode brought to you by Game Glitches. Today we're gonna take a look at another dinosaur, Plesiosaur, and the different things that you can do with this dino, including building different bases, becoming a pirate and living out in the sea, creating armor and different complications and issues that it has, or just creating a nice little vault base so you could hide at the bottom of the ocean. As you could see here, this is some designs that I actually quite enjoy. This is just to keep pesky people away from my base, just to keep it nice and neat. So, without any further ado, let's jump into the rules and the fun that you could have with these dinos. As usually, we'll start with rule number 1. How many things you're able to build in the back of the Plessy. As you could see, I've constructed already a base so you guys could see how everything works, how you would want to position your things. I'm missing here foundation on purpose, so this way I don't have to build a 2-story house. Overall, Plessy on its back can handle up to 50 attachments, meaning each of these little things that I've placed down is considered one attachment. As mentioned before in other videos, if you have a door, for example, it's not a single attachment, it's 2. Door is 1 and a doorway is 2. So be quite careful how many windows and hatches you place on your pirate ship. Rule number 2. The attachment weight is completely different from how much Plessy can carry on its back. After you build your fortress, if you would come and inspect your Plessy, you would notice that the total weight is 20 out of 1044. It's like it has nothing on its back. But if I would decide to go and place something into the large chest, for example, something that weighs 10, you would now notice that the weight on Plessy went up by 10. So, meaning that it's irrelevant how tall or how big you build the structure as long as you abide by rule number 1 and have 50 attachments as limitations. Of course, somebody else also suggested building pillars and so on, so you don't have to build foundations, but that's a different choice in building. Yes, you can. Rule number 3. You don't need any foundations to be able to build on the back of Plessy. As you can see here, for demonstration's sake, I've placed 2 chests, some furnaces, and there are actually no foundations. But please note that without foundations, you would not be able to attach walls, but you are able to attach pillars to the back of the Plessy without foundations, and able then to construct different ceilings on them without having to previously build foundation. But aside from that, you would need a foundation to build walls. I mean, you could also don't need foundation for that. You could attach it to the ceilings after you build pillars. But as mentioned in rule number 1, you have limitation of 50 things you could place down. Rule number 4. Plessy cannot actually drown underwater. If you run out of stamina, all it does is just slows down temporarily, and within few seconds it's back to 100%. It can't actually drown. But don't forget, as you could see my air, we definitely can, unless of course you're wearing scuba gear. So please be careful, because it can get you killed quite easily. Rule number 5. Never lug out inside of your Plesiosaur, especially if you are somewhere in the open waters, for one simple reason. Well, 2 simple reasons actually. If your Plessy decides to move and pulls you underwater, you will end up drowning or getting eaten by a shark. If Plessy decides to bug out and move a little bit, you could end up floating in the air, being exposed to the environment, and could also be killed. Which brings us of course to rule number 6. If you're going to build yourself a pirate base, or underwater factory, or whichever way you want to call it, Project X for all I care, you will definitely need to place your bed here. Because things happen, they swim away, they get lost, and because they really love to go to the very deep parts of the water, you would want to be able to at least spawn on a bed and pull them up quickly to the shore with all the air that you have in you. It's quite doable and it's possible, and this way you could at least keep track of where your dino is. Rule number 7 for these sexy aqua giraffes is that they all consume meat in quite significant amount. So make sure that you always have several stacks of meat because they will go through it a lot quicker than most animals in this game. Rule number 8. Plesies are much faster than Mosas. So please note, if you're trying to chase down a Mosa, which is a Mosasaur, or he is trying to chase you down, you will definitely escape or catch him depending on the scenario. You also have a much higher maneuverability and could create much sharper turns. Please note that I will have another video on how to tame these giant behemoths because it's a very long, hard, and tedious thing to do. And the video is over 30 minutes and I have to cut it down because they're one of the most complicated things you have to tame because it requires you to travel to the very depths of the ocean. Smile for me, baby. Smile for me.
Oh, look at that beautiful little smile that only a mother could love. Oh, look at you, how adorable you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you all for watching another video on ARK. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Please check out my other videos, which you can find the link here or in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click like on videos. It really helps the channel to improve and grow. Also, you can check me out live on twitch.tv. You can find this link in the description below. I stream live all the time, and on top of that, I also hold giveaways across many different genres of games. Thank you all again for watching, and have a great time in the world of ARK.